Are AI models and machines replacing real talent or just changing the game? We'll be talking about that right after this. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee. So, we all know for a long time there's been a lot of controversy about this subject. Are people losing their jobs to AI? Is it taking jobs away from movie staffs in Hollywood? Just all these different things. And I remember back in the day when they first started sampling music, they were saying the exact same things that they're saying now. But here it is years later. We still have real musicians, real rappers, and real producers who use samples in their music. So, is this the same? Who knows? I don't know. I'm your host, Oz Paavali, and let's have a conversation. So, I want to start this off with an article that touches a little bit on both parts of this subject, and then I would like to talk about both sides of the subject, because there are two sides to this subject, two very distinct sides. So bear with me. This is an article from The Guardian. The headline is "Calling All Fashion Models, Now AI is Coming for You." I want to read just a snippet, not the whole thing. The impact of AI has been felt across industries from Hollywood to publishing, and now it's come from modeling. H&M announced last week that it would create AI twins of 30 models with the intention of using them in social media posts and marketing imagery if the model gives permission. In a statement, Jorgen Anderson, the chief creative officer at H&M, described the idea as something that will enhance our creative process and how we work with marketing and fundamentally not change our human-centric approach in any way. Now, that's a lie. We know it's going to change some things. Okay. The retail giant has worked with successful models, including Vilma Sloberg, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Matilda Gaviolani, who model for Vogue and brands including Chanel as part of the agreement. Each model would be able to book her twin, that's kind of cool, on shoots for other brands, meaning they could, in image anyway, be in two places at the same time. Speaking to the business of fashion, Gaviolani described her replica as like me without jet lag. Images of AI and human side by side look scarily lifelike. The news has been greeted with dismay by the wider industry, which fears this could be the start of a shift. It mirrors the concerns of Hollywood workers who went on strike in 2023 over the use of AI in film and TV. This is not the first time a major fashion company has explored AI models. Levi and Hugo Boss have also experimented with the technology. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I just wanted to put that little tidbit out there because it touches on a few things. Now, this is going to be good. Now, we all know that AI is looking extremely realistic right now, and it's now being used in some music videos. It's being used in Hollywood. It's being used everywhere. And I'm focusing on visual AI, of course, things that are used, platforms like Kling and Midjourney. Now, I did some research today, and what I came up with and what I discovered was kind of a little surprising even to me as an AI user. There's no real evidence right now at this moment that AI is replacing creative jobs. And as you just heard, even with the models, they have to give permission, and those models are still being paid if their likeness is used. So I think that's kind of cool. Less work, still getting paid. That's one side to look of it. And then you hear about staff in Hollywood may lose their jobs. They're going to lose their job to AI. Going to take a place of writers. It's going to take a place of actors. It's going to take the place of special effects. Remember, back in the day, there were no CG special effects. So this is the same thing going on over and over again. The special effects, some of the backgrounds and skies were literally painted and created that way. And a lot of the animation that was done wasn't CG. They were literally animating small models of spaceships and different size models. Star Wars, the original Star Wars, perfected this process to the point that some of their and they were literally little dolls. They were built to look like the likeness of the actors and creatures in the movie. It looked real, and it's still to this day some of the best special effects that we've ever seen. So there's that part of it. But the same thing happened back then. Now you got CG. You're not going to need the artists that do this. When I, as a graphic design, developer, and a visual artist, long before I got into AI, the one thing we knew is every 6 months, there's going to be new technology, at least every 6 months. And we had to keep upgrading our knowledge. If something new or a new style of thing needed to be done, or a new platform or new software or new technology popped up, we needed to learn that technology to keep up. And it's not changing. It's getting a little easier, but it's not changing. And I'm not even sure I would call it easier, because most people who criticize AI and who say it's not true art and it's not true animation and it's too easy, those are the people who have never tried it. And every person I've talked to who've had this sentiment has never tried it, ever. You think it's easy to create the perfect prompt to express your vision, and you've never done it? It is not as easy as it sounds. You get better and better at it, but it is not as easy as it sounds. Now, as far as taking jobs, no. I think it's going to enhance jobs. I think it's going to create new jobs. Actually, it already has. That's a proven fact. And my favorite part of this argument, it's not about it taking jobs, because they're saying, we're doing this for this reason, that reason. They're doing it because it's cheaper. Let's all be honest. All the different larger companies who are embracing this type of creative work, as opposed to bringing in special effects artists or all these models or different things or photo shoots, it's just cheaper for them. It's budget friendly. They just have to find someone who can do it on that level, which nowadays is not hard anymore. But here's my favorite part of the argument. The little guy. The person who doesn't have a budget but has a dream of creating a cinematic story or animation, and they don't have the budget to even buy the freaking software that's needed to do it. And I'm speaking as a former animator and a CGI artist. A lot of people don't know I experimented with that and actually made some income doing that some years ago. The only reason I stopped is because it took so much of my time, and my main source of income at the time was graphic design and brand design, and I decided to just focus on that. So, but now suddenly the little guy has a way in, because before this couldn't even imagine getting back into animation and CGI because it took so much time. And then one day I saw somebody on Instagram and I was like, what the heck is this? And it was AI. And I knew right then and there, that's what I wanted to do. And suddenly I had hope, because before then I had no hope. I didn't think I would ever get the chance of creating my visions, my story. I'm also a fashion aficionado. I've worked with some of the top fashion companies as well. So I've worked very deeply in fashion. That's my thing. Fashion, sci-fi, fantasy, and Afrofuturism. But this takes it to another level. And now finally those who in the past who didn't have the opportunity, the chance, or the budget to create something special can suddenly do it. So I don't believe it's going to take away a bunch of jobs. I don't believe it's going to replace writers, animators, CGI artists. I don't believe it's going to replace any of that. I believe it's going to enhance the industry. I believe it's going to make it better. I also going to believe it's going to make it more accessible for creative minds. Now, as I said, we have quite a bit of animation and imagery out there that looks realistic. You pretty much cannot tell. But this, no, it's not replacing real talent. It is changing the game. At least that's my opinion. Remember to post your comments below if you would like to be a part of the conversation. I'm Oz Paavali. This has been AI NOIR Weekly, and I'm out.
Burning through, steady heart, don't let it slip out the room. Let the click of my heel keep time with my breath. Pressure spins in my chest, can't